Now, in follow-up to my New World Order video, I'm deciding to make a video called The United States Empire. Yup, it's probably the biggest and most impressive empire the world has ever seen. An empire that makes Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan look like dust. The United States Empire, now it's not an empire in the sense of colonization like the UK and France. You can't just wash up on the shores on a sail ship and stick your flag on the sand like the good old 17th century. People don't tolerate that no more, and it caused an uproar. The American Empire is invisible. It's literally that powerful. People cannot see it. The United States ties countries up in trade unions like with NATO, TTIP, the EU and the Arab League. It collectivizes countries together on one so they're easier to control, like in a sort of globalist sort of style instead of a colonist style. They install puppet governments that are loyal to the states, like Tony Blair and other puppets all over the world. They team up with the enemies. They have a sense of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they'll be allies with Japan to get at China, and they will ally up with Saudi Arabia to get at Iran. The US install military bases in their puppet colonies and on countries surrounding their rivals. Just look up the amount of bases that surround Russia. The US uses economic warfare, imposing sanctions on countries who do not comply to their rules. Once the UN is in New York, so America can make up all the moral tactics using the puppets in the UN, because it has so much allies. The United States has the biggest military in the world, yet has not been invaded by a sovereign nation since Pearl Harbor. The US became a superpower as soon as it came out with a revolutionary bomb called the nuke. With just one drop, it can blast an entire city into ash. No one apart from America and its minions are allowed to have weapons of mass destruction. They couldn't stop Russia and China from access as they were too powerful at the time of the Soviet Union. Now, the US can be like the Romans in the case of Iraq. They show they have the manpower to topple nations, but unlike Britain and Spain, which manages to spread its culture and ideas to the places they owned, America can only blow up stuff and create a mess and run away. They're better when they're more sneaky, like the fueling the proxy wars on rival nations and fueling colour revolutions on governments they don't like by arming rebels, for example, in Syria. The US violates the most human rights laws on the planet, but why don't people care or speak up? Because good old franchises, that's why. Yup, Uncle Sam has vast cultural enrichment, diversity and pop culture. Everyone is so distracted by these violations of international law because America are the cool kids. That's where all the TV shows come from, the Hollywood movies, the celebrities. People seem to worship their iPhones. We love to go on Facebook, the Starbucks coffee, the Coca-Cola drinks, McDonald's Happy Meal. America has so much glamour and glitz. Everyone in the Western world wants to be like them so bad. If North Korea had Hollywood, Silicon Valley and Starbucks, and all the other stuff we consume, I'm sure people would love them too. We complain of how immigrants take our jobs, but yet ignore the huge American superstores that put small-time British shops out of business. These corporations do employ people, but when these foreign American corporations don't pay tax, how does that benefit the UK? Yet the US has the highest incarceration rate in the world and holds the moral high ground of freedom while torturing people in Guantanamo Bay. The US also controls the media outlets in which the world we only ever hear about is the American narrative. The story America uses its pop culture as a weapon, such as American Sniper and The Interview. The world trade using the dollar. Every foreign transaction makes America richer. Even if it's not directly to America, oil is traded in petrodollars. So they managed to completely control the world's economy by making the US the international standard of trade, is what I'm pretty much saying. The US has even managed to spy on the entire world's population. Why do we shake in our boots at the thought of the scary Muslims or the damn Ruskies, the Russian hackers, or that fat leader from North Korea, but then turn a blind eye to the United States? United States claim to be the champions of freedom, but contradicts its own constitution in which it was built on. Now, I don't hate America. I love their Coca-Cola, using their iPhones and watching their movies. America has brought astounding innovations to the world. For example, the airplane comes from America. And many other great things. I love the diversity of its cities, with New York being the busy apple, Florida the amusement city, California the creativity, Texas amazing food, the Grand Canyon in Utah, and the different climates, the huge size, the outgoing, laid-back, creative people of all shades and all colours. If it wasn't for the world policing and the big-headed attitude of we're the best, America would be a treasure around the globe. So, unlike where I'm from in Scotland, but Scotland's for another story. But yeah, visit America before America visits you. It's only when they start dropping bombs in your houses, killing your family, and vilifying your people, that's when the cheap, superficial pleasures of MTV and Ford Fiestas start to wear off. And it's terrifying that people can't even see this empire, and when people do speak out like Gaddafi, they get killed, and EU leaders just blindly follow to be cool and trendy. Even when it comes to war, they all jump in the war bandwagon. The UK does it to show Big Brother USA that it can do it too, and to try to show its outdated military might that's faded away, just showing so it can still be relevant as a world leader, when in reality, in the eyes of the Russians and Chinese, it's nothing more than a small, cold, boring island nation that's just a puppet. Europe still want to show relevance too, but that also them trying too hard. The US doesn't have friends but interests. If it stood for freedom all across the globe, why is it allies with Saudi Arabia and many other dictatorships? Why did it tell Ukraine to give up its nukes for exchanging security, and then Crimea happened? Why did it tell Gaddafi to give up its nuclear project, and look what happened to Muammar Gaddafi? And that's so never let this superpower, this evil superpower, be your protector and provider. If you do, bad things will happen to your country. And that's a problem. People let themselves be protected by this empire. That, or be crushed. UK still claims to be a superpower, however uses American guns, artillery, yet our army is so red, white and blue, more like stars and stripes for that matter. It's a one-way trade. You can't have equal relations with America. America owns you, and that's it. But I'm against a strike on this country. 1, because I'm a pacifist, and I'm against war. 2, the country is just too damn huge, and the population is just too damn high. And if the main cheerleader gets attacked, the other wannabe cool kids like Europe and Canada would just weigh in, and everyone there has guns. So you'll be fighting an advanced army and an insurgency at the same time. America is also in an extremely good position, having both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans on both sides. The Americas is cut off from the rest of the world, hence why it took such a long time to discover. Mexico is a long thin stripe that protects the USA from the other parts of the Americas, and like most countries, that main cities are near each other and ideally beside a coast, but American cities are inland like Colorado and on the shore, so they're spread out. America also has vast climates, from swamps in Florida, mountains in Colorado, canyons in Utah, and deserts in California, and temperate climates in the East Coast, a land invasion therefore being possible. There's also so much different races and groups within the American population, it might just be too much to fight. America is huge in size, and one nuke can't destroy it. It's a continental-sized planet. You'd have to rain down thousands of missiles on a country that size, and I think that would pretty much not go undetected on their radar system. So yeah. And anyways, If a strike on America, which I'm against, who will control America when it's taken out and unstable? America is a racially sensitive area, and it will be brought back into race riots, and fundamental Christian gun lovers can go for a land grab if it was to be unstable. The drug cartels next door may also seize an opportunity of an unstable America. The gangbangers, the Bloods and the Crips. Even if it was to be taken out, it'd be a disaster. It'd be a rat times 10. 1,000 times worse. That's why I'm against a strike in the USA, and it cannot happen. Despite its flaws, we must keep it a stable society. So yeah, America, despite its flaws, I'm against a strike. However, I'm against us being so relevant and so dependent on them as well. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to clarify there. I'm trying to clarify the dangers of American imperialism. So let me just end this video of Visit America before America visits you.